Peace to all the Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Also, the Venus signs, because this is your February month ahead slash love reading. Listen, I do have a channel song for you all. I do have a channel song for you all. It is I Choose by India Ari. Take a quick listen so y'all can get the song.
But today, I have the opportunity to choose. Here I am now looking at 30 and I got so much to say. Gotta get this off of my chest, I gotta let it go today. I was always too concerned about what everybody would think. But I can live for everybody, I gotta live my life for me, yeah.
All right, y'all can go and listen to the rest of that on your own, especially if this reading resonates for you. But what I'm picking up on right now for you, Cancers, is that it's time to choose how you want to show up differently in this reality. It's time to choose how you want to show up differently in your love and in your relationships. And you're needing to, you got the death card that just came out. You're needing to let some things go, right? There's a way that you've been relating, there's a way that you've been dating, there's a way you've been showing up in your day to day that just no longer serves your highest good, right? And the reality is that if you want to manifest positive change in your life, whether it is in your love and relationships or just within yourself in general, there are some things that you have to let go of. There's some actions, there's some thought processes, there's some emotions, there's just work that must be done. For example, fasting or exercising or minimizing how much you're watching TV. But there's something that you cancers are being asked to do right now that is going to support you in getting to your next level in love, in relationships, and in life. If you keep doing the same thing you've been doing, you'll continue to receive the same results. And so there's great change that is available to you in this month of February that is really going to set the tone for the rest of 2024. But you must be willing to let some things end. You must be willing to change, to shift your perspective so that you can be transformed. This is a space and time where you are being called to move in a different way. You are being called to evolve, right? The next card that came out was the Three of Wands. And so Spirit is saying, how are you being directed, really, right? Like, how are you being directed? What is the vision? Okay. What is the vision that the divine, your higher self, has given you? And what changes do you need to make to embody that? Like, how do you see yourself in love? It's like the old saying, act as if, right? That's one of these law of attraction manifestation techniques, is to act as if you already have what it is that you desire. So for some of you with this Three of Wands card, as you are having that foresight, right? As you are looking into the future to determine what it is you want for your life, who you want to be, when you are really sitting with that vision and you're being called to act as if it is already done, in that space, that's when you're going to realize what things need to end, what cycles need to come to a close, and what it is that you need to actually change. Now, when you do this, the beautiful thing, but can also be tricky, the beautiful thing is that you will then be given this Seven of Cups energy, right? It's like all of these new opportunities are being presented to you because you've made a shift. Now, you have to ask yourself, what do I really want? When you make changes, when you decide to do something different, when you take risks, Cancer, Spirit starts to show you all of these different options, all of these different varieties that are available for you in your life. But it's important not to get so caught up in that, because you don't want to lose sight. You don't want to lose focus. You don't want to become engulfed in the illusion and engulfed in the matrix. So Spirit is like, yes, do the work and watch the change and transformation happen. Okay. End some things that are no longer serving you. For some of you, you're going to need to end the relationship, right? For some of you, the relationship is not working, it's draining. You've been receiving spiritual messages and channels that it's time for you to move on, it's time for you to move forward, but you've been holding on to it because you're hoping that this person is going to change and they're going to become the vision that you have of love. But Spirit is like, that person is just holding up space. If you would let the relationship die, if you would let the relationship end, and you focus on the vision, you act as if you carry yourself like the wife or the husband that you want to be. You carry yourself like the abundant person that you desire to be, the business owner, creative, beautiful, flowing, traveling. You treat yourself like that, and Spirit is going to send you many options, right? You're going to have so many options, so many opportunities. You're going to be able to make the choice on who and what best serves you. Okay, but within this, you have to make sure that you're staying grounded and you don't be the fool, right? Don't be the fool as you are getting all of these opportunities, right? What I'm picking up on is, don't become too big-headed or egotistical or inflated as Spirit starts to show you all of these opportunities that are available to you. You want to make sure that you still tune into your inner self, that you still that's so funny. I just remembered that the song that I channeled for you guys was I Choose, and this is the card of choices. So you cancers are being asked to choose what path, what journey, what manifestations do you want to go on? Like, what is really the most important thing to you? Also, with this Fool card, Spirit is saying, be okay with like starting over, be okay with being a beginner, be okay with doing something new, be okay with, not having all the answers. I think some of you cancers are holding yourself back from exploring things further in love and business and in life because you don't want to feel like you're starting all over. Like you wish you already had uh you wish you already had like your foot in the game, right? Like you already know what's going on, but Spirit is like, no, as you allow yourself to start something new and you venture into this new journey and you're kind of innocent and fresh and free, that is also something that brings forth a lot of opportunities. What I'm also hearing is that for some of you, your past relationship experiences, it stops you from really being in the relationship or really dating or exploring in the way that you need to. And that's because your mind has already been conditioned to think and feel a certain way. And so you've kind of closed yourself off to different possibilities of love and relationship manifesting because you already are expecting a certain result, right? Like you're expecting that this person is not going to show up. This person is not going to do what they say they're going to do. This person is not going to be who your vision, who God, your higher divine self has shown you, that is possible for you in love and relationships. So you got to get out of expectation. And this Fool card is telling you, you can have your desires, your boundaries, and your standards, but don't expect anything from anyone. Expect the best from yourself. And this is the best in how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, how you nurture yourself, how you love on yourself. Put your energy and focus in having greater expectations for you, because that's a part of this new journey and this transformation and this change that you are needing to embark upon right now. And as you expect the best from yourself, now the options that you find, the options that Spirit kind of puts on your path, these options are more viable. They are just better quality. But it's not because they haven't always been there. It's because you've made changes, you've made some shifts, you've chose better for yourself. And because you chose better for yourself, now there are greater opportunities that are showing up in your life. The next card that you cancers also have, you got the Sun card in reverse. Some of you are afraid to be seen. Wow. Some of you are not allowing yourself to shine as bright as you're meant to, and that's one thing that is slowing down the manifestation of love and the manifestation of your power. Is because you are not as optimistic or as hopeful as you need to be in order to draw in what you really desire. And so you have to figure out, how can you ignite your inner sun? How can you ignite your inner light? How can you start to shine brighter? How can you raise your vibration, right? Because if we think about the sun card in reverse, we could also think about, like if we're using nature, for example, when the sun is up and high and there's no clouds, for example, it's bright, it's shining, it's sunny, it's warm, it's cozy, it feels good. Like everybody wants to be outside when the sun is up and there's great weather. But when the sun is down, hence the card is in reverse, right? This is kind of gloomy energy, or it could be kind of subconscious energy, right? Or some dark energy that is present. So spirit is saying, what work do you need to do, Cancer, to raise up your sun, to raise your light, to be energetic, to be joyful, to be positive? What inner child work needs to happen for you to let go of this quality or this character trait that is not supporting your love? And one of those qualities is, one, some of you Cancers are over giving and you're depleting yourself and you have nothing to pour back into you. And you really, it's like you don't know how to pour into you because you've literally learned that your love and your value comes from how you can care and give to others. But this depletes you and it drains you of being able to have something for yourself. So that's an inner child healing work that you have to do. Some of you other Cancers are just, you just don't trust as deeply as you should, right? You got this guard up, this protection, this protective barrier up. And spirit is like, it's not about trusting other people. It's about trusting your higher self. It's about trusting your intuition, right? Because as you trust and as you listen to your intuition, you're always going to be led to exactly where you need to go. And so spirit is just like, fully surrender to it. The next card that came out for you Cancers is love is all around you. Wow. So a part of you manifesting greater love is understanding that love is ever present, right? Like love, you could never run out of love, no matter what like society says. Love is infinite because love is God. Love is omnipresent, right? And I've heard actually this week, I keep on hearing spiritually the Bible verse, perfect love cast out all fear. And so as you are moving through life and you're feeling afraid of taking risks, you're feeling afraid of letting certain things in, letting certain things die off, you need to lean into the energy of love. And the way that you can do that is look at a child. If you look at a child, you'll see love, right? Especially a child that hasn't been conditioned yet. A child that's anywhere between the ages of 0 to 7. If they have parents who are present and who are pouring into them, you will literally look at a child and see love. Also, 444 is showing up for you Cancer, so make sure that you are tapping in with that energy. And what that energy really speaks to is, what is the foundation that you are creating? How can you fortify that foundation so that you can build upon that? How is your foundation being fortified by spirit, or are you focusing on all of like the other human things? Think about the story of the three little pigs. The pig who built their home using bricks, the wolf or the fox, whatever the animal was, couldn't huff and puff and blow their house down because there was a solid foundation. So when you build your love life, when you build your day-to-day actions based off of spirit, this is you building a foundation from brick instead of building one from hay or whatever else those other pigs built it from. Okay, so understand that love is all around you. You can look at a child, look out at nature, something as beautiful as rain or snow or a flower or a bird. Like love is always around if you are willing to see it. And that's something that you Cancers are going to need to embody and embrace. And as you do that, the more you look for love, the more love you'll see, the more love you'll find. Let's see if there's any more messages coming out for the Cancers. Okay. Wow, you got finances and careers. Finances and careers. So for some of you, you've probably been experiencing some challenges in your relationship because the financial instability, right? And so finances is coming up as an issue in some of your love lives, or some of you are not allowing yourselves to experience love the way you want to because in your mind you're like, this person needs to make a certain amount of money. Or some of you are feeling like, I don't want to date, I don't want to be in a relationship until I make a certain amount of money, which that's fair and that's understandable. Definitely want to work on your finances, definitely want to work on, doing something that you love, because if you're doing something that you love, then it's not necessarily about the dollar amount. Some of you have jobs, but you have no passion, you have no purpose. And so that is still a financial or career issue that can show up in your relationship and cause havoc because you're unfulfilled in life. So what your higher self really wants you to know right now is, yes, you have a job. You may not be happy within it, but spirit is like, how can you use that job to fuel your passion, your purpose, and your desires? That's the way that you want to start thinking about this thing. Also, you want to make sure that you are not so emotionally attached to money that you can't see the mental emotional shifts that happen inside of you that impact your relationship because what's happening in your bank account. That happens to a lot of people, specifically men, right? And women who are in their masculine energy. It's like if you don't have a certain amount of money in your account, you're angry, you're frustrated, you're bitchy, you're just not kind. And if that is a personality trait that you've been embodying, that is a thing that is blocking you from experiencing the depths of love and relationships that you are meant to experience. Money should not dictate your internal state of being. You should still be in a place of peace, love, kindness, etc., etc. So if you recognize that you are one of those people or you're in a relationship with somebody like that, there's some healing work that needs to happen because money and finances is essentially controlling your or the other person's internal state of being, and that's just not healthy. Money is a tool. It's not a determining factor of worth, of value, of love. So that's something you need to look at. All right, Cancers, peace and love.